Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a glute focused leg day. I wanted to throw in this quick video to showing my before and after. Okay, to start we're going to do some glute activation to warm up our legs and our butt. So I'm just doing some side steps with my band on. I think I do about 15 to 20 side steps just until you feel the burn in your legs and your glutes. Just keep stepping side to side, shuffle on, shuffle on. Okay, so once you're done doing the side steps, you're going to start doing some banded squats. And with these, you just want to make sure that you don't come all the way up. You want to stay kind of down low so you can keep the contraction and the tension in your legs and your butt. And for this one, I think I was only able to get out like 10 or 15 before it really started to burn and I just couldn't do anymore. But that's the whole point of the activation. So you're going to continue doing the squats, and then in the next slide I'm going to be showing you the setup I have for the lunges. So basically you want to just put 2 plates down to elevate up, which is going to help you get deeper down for your lunge. Okay, so you're going to start by just getting into the position. You're going to have one leg up where we have it elevated on the 2 plates, and then you're going to go ahead and bring the back leg back. And you want to make sure that you're focusing on pushing through your heel of the leg that's on the plate and not pushing through the back leg. The back leg is just there to support you. And you want to try to go as deep as you can to really feel it in your butt. So with these, the key is to go back with your back leg pretty far if you want to feel it in your butt. And then if you want to feel it in your quads, you would bring your back leg closer to your front leg. For these lunges, I did about 4 sets, and with each set, you want to aim to get about 10 to 12 reps. Make sure they're really good reps, really deep in there, feeling the burn in your butt. So next, we're moving on to our regular deadlifts, which is honestly one of my least favorite workouts, but it helps with the hamstring glute tie-in. So with these, you just want to make sure to keep your spine straight, keep your neck down, so don't try to look up because then you'll hyperextend your neck and hurt yourself. And just make sure to go really slow and controlled. And I have a slight bend in my knees just to help, I guess you could say. But you just want to make sure to go super slow so you can feel it in your hamstrings. And make sure not to pull your back, because the first time I did this, I pulled my back and it's not fun. It hurts a whole lot. So just make sure to really focus on feeling it in your legs. And I did 3 sets of 10 for this one with a pretty light weight. You don't want to go too heavy to help, protect your back. Next, I'm going to grab my band and sit down and just do some abductors. And I usually do this before hip thrust if I don't feel the activation in my butt anymore. So you just want to put the band around your thighs. And you can either lean forward, lean back, or sit up straight. I tend to lean forward just to feel it more. And I don't really count these. I just keep doing them until I feel the burn in my butt. So these help, again, with activating your butt again. So if you feel like throughout your workout you're losing the feeling in your butt, like the feeling of the burn or whatever, you can always just pause and just do a couple of these to activate it up again, just to make sure you're getting the full effect of all your workouts. Okay, so next we have one of my all-time favorite workouts to target your glutes, and these are hip thrusts. I'm sure everybody knows about these, but these are probably one of the main things I could say helped build my butt. So with these, you want to make sure that your back is supported with a bench or anything that you have in your gym. And you want to keep your neck down, keep looking forward. And also make sure that when you're thrusting up that you're pushing through your heels. And basically you want to be scooping your butt up and squeezing it at the top. So sometimes I start to feel it in my quads, and if I do, then I just have to make sure that I'm focusing on pushing through my heels and scooping my butt. And once you do that, you're gonna feel the burn for sure. So with these, I usually tend to do about 5 sets of 8 to 10 reps, just depending on the weight that I have. So I think today I did, I had 245s on each side. It was like, 180, I think? Math sucks, but yeah. So with that, I can do about 5 sets of 10, and that's a pretty moderate weight for me. If I want to go heavier, then I'll probably bring down the reps to about 6 or 8. And you can see now I'm going ahead to take off one of the 45s on each side. So I've finished the 5 sets. And now I'm taking off the plates, and then pretty much what I like to do at the end is a burnout set. So I usually do just 1 or 2 sets depending on how my legs are feeling, my butt's feeling at that time. And I put my band on, and then I usually just keep going until I can't do anymore. I don't try to aim for a certain number, but I do try to make sure that when I am doing a burnout, like say I do it on Monday and I can get 20 reps out of it, then on Wednesday, I'll make sure that when I'm doing another burnout that I at least try to get over 20, just to make sure that I'm constantly improving on my glute work. So I'm going to keep doing that. I think today, honestly, it sucked. I think I only got like 12 out, 15 or 12. My butt was burning so bad by the end of this. But yeah, just make sure to keep pushing through your heels, squeeze your butt at the top, and with the band, it's really going to help you feel the burn more in your butt because it's pushing against you. So it's that resistance, and it's great. So the next workout is another one of my favorites. It's Sumo Deadlifts, and with these, right now I'm just setting up, but with these, you want to make sure that you have a pretty wide stance. My stance varies just depending on the day. Sometimes it's wider than other days, but you want to have it pretty wide and make sure that your toes are pointed out. And your hands are going to go in the middle. I usually do the crisscross method of my hands just because I feel like I get a better grip that way. And with these, you want to make sure that you're keeping your back straight, your chest up, and you really want to focus on pushing through your heels, like you're pushing into the ground to lift up the weight. And with these, it's really easy to hurt your back if you use your back, especially as you increase the weight. So you really want to make sure that you're pushing through your feet and pulling up, and when you get to the top, squeeze your butt as tight as possible. Like squeeze it so tight. Just squeeze. Then bring it back down and do it again. And with these, I do 4 sets, and I usually push out 8 good reps. I know sometimes I'll try to do 10, but honestly, if I'm doing them the proper way, by the time I get to 8, I'm done. Like I can't push out anymore. And sometimes I'll elevate my feet if I want to get deeper into it, but on this day I just didn't feel like putting the plates all down. But that definitely helps, especially if you're on a Smith machine, which is what they have at Planet Fitness. It helps when you put the plates under for a lot of workouts just to get more range of motion so you can really feel the workout. Okay, so next we move on to Bulgarian split squats. And this first part is me struggling because I could not figure out for the life of me how to adjust the little step up thingy. And then people started walking in and I started getting nervous, but I figured it out eventually. See, figured it out. Okay, so with these, you want to put one foot back, and some people prop their toes up. I honestly like it better when I have my foot laid out like that. It just feels better for me. And with these, you could do them two different ways. So I pushed my front leg out more than I usually would when I'm trying to focus more on quads. But when you push it out more, you can get deeper with your back leg, which allows you to feel it more in your glutes. So you're still going to feel it in your quads, like my quads were on fire, but you'll also feel it in your glutes. And just make sure to focus on pushing through with your heels when you're doing it. And I think that's really it. They're pretty self-explanatory. They're one of my favorites. They really allow you to feel the burn. And you can do them with weights. Sometimes I do them with dumbbells, but usually on days where I'm doing a lot of compound movements, like the hip thrusts, squats, lunges, all that kind of stuff, I'll just do these with no weights and try to get higher reps to really feel the burn. Next, I'm doing hip abductors, and I make sure to put these in pretty much every leg workout I do, just to help build the side booty, the hips, all that good stuff. So with these, I started by doing a heavy weight. I think I was at 205, and when I'm doing the heavier weights, I pretty much scoot all the way up to the edge of the chair, lean forward, and I put my heels on only on one bracket just because it feels better for me. And I'll do that, and I try to do them as slow as possible. Like I'll push out and then slowly try to come in. And then after that, I'll bring the weight up to about 100 pounds, and I'll do pulsing abductors. And these really just help the burn. And then I go back to my heavy weight again, and don't know what I'm doing right here. Just adjusting. Okay. I go back to my heavy weight again, and I'll push out another 10 reps of the slow controlled abductors. And then again, okay. And then after that, again, I will do the pulsing ones. And I try to do about 5 sets of these, 10 reps each. And by the end of this, my butt burns so bad, but it feels so good. Like, this is probably one of my favorites. And I've definitely noticed that this has helped my side butt get more defined. Alright, so our last workout for the video is the lying hamstring curls. And with these, I think I do about 45 pounds. And just lie down. And I leave my chest elevated just because I feel like when I do that, I'm not raising my butt up as much off the bench. And then you also want to make sure, I know at the beginning of this, my feet were very, I don't know how to explain it. They were just, I don't know, relax your feet, if that makes sense. Like, you want to keep them still like propped up like they are, but you don't want too much tension in your ankles, because if you do that, you'll feel the workout more in your calves than in your hamstrings. So I also have to make sure to remind myself to relax my ankles, and then I'll feel it in my hamstrings. And then after I do 10 reps, I think it is 10 or 12 reps, I don't remember, I'll grab my band and I'll just do about 10 squats. And again, these are kind of like the squats at the beginning with the warm-up, where you don't want to come all the way up. You kind of want to keep the tension in your butt and in your hamstrings and everything. So you do that, about 10 of those, just to really feel the burn. And make sure with these as well that you keep your stomach tight and that you push through your heels when you're coming up.